What's up, Niner fam? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome back to Niner News. Let's get right into it. The 49ers played the Denver Broncos this past Saturday. Awesome game. We actually won. Like I said, it's not too much to get into preseason games. Don't read too much into that stuff. You just want to see execution. You want to see the defense play well. You want to see the starters play well. And you want to see what the future holds in the backups. And I think we got a really good look at that this past Saturday, despite some injuries and despite some people being out. But first, let's talk quarterbacks. Colin Kaepernick once again did not play. A little frustrating, I must say, because I want to see what he does in this Chip Kelly offense. Like I said last week, I'm really looking forward to see what he can bring to the table, because apparently everybody and their so-called mother is saying that he's the perfect fit for this offense. But I want to see it. I technically don't think that he is the biggest fit for this offense. I've said it before. I don't think he's accurate enough for this kind of offense, but it goes to show, who knows? I mean, Cap may be different this year. You just never know with Cap. I mean, like I said before, you always want that 2012 Cap, but you never know what's going to happen. But the 49ers did sign Christian Ponder this week, and I'll get to him in a second, but Blaine Gabbert played okay. A lot of people on here came here last week thinking that I, said that he was like amazing last week. No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying he played okay. I mean, he was 4 of 10. It's not great numbers, no, last week, but he did better after starting horribly. He led a touchdown drive and threw a touchdown pass. What more can you ask for, But this week he did a lot better. He started off slow again, but then showed some accuracy, showed some nice ball movement, and the 49ers scored another touchdown again. I mean, he wasn't the one that threw a touchdown, but still, they scored. The other quarterback, Jeff Driscoll, basically every 49er quarterback did well this past week. It was just awesome to watch. Jeff Driscoll did okay, but Christian Ponder made things interesting, because Christian Ponder hasn't been in the offense. He just got there pretty much, Tuesday it was, or something like that? I think it was Tuesday they signed him, and on Saturday he's playing, and he did very well. He looked like he was a natural in Chip Kelly's offense. So now that offers up this, and it's weird because the Niners, I think they want to keep veteran quarterbacks, and I thought of 3 scenarios that could possibly happen if Christian Ponder keeps playing well and if Cap doesn't play. But it looks like Cap's going to play this week against the Green Bay Packers, but still, it offers up this scenario. Number 1, either Cap gets traded, Gabbert starts, Ponder's the backup, Jeff Driscoll's the third string. 2, Blaine Gabbert, Ponder, and Driscoll with Cap on the IR until that shoulder completely heals and get him ready for next season. Or 3, Jeff Driscoll to the practice squad, Ponder, Cap, and Gabbert, or something like that. I don't know what's going to happen, but with Ponder making things interesting, now you're going to see that. But I'm interested to see if Cap plays this week and how he does against Green Bay, because Green Bay would be a good opponent to face, especially with their starters and going probably to at least the first half. He'll have to face their starters, so I want to see what happens with that. But moving on. Wide receivers, I thought DeAndre White did really well. There was some wide receivers out in this game. Quentin Patton and Bruce Ellington, or not Quentin Patton, but Bruce Ellington was out in this game. DeAndre Smalter, we was yet to see him play. I thought that I didn't see much from Torrey Smith. I didn't see much from wide receivers in general, but DeAndre White I thought played well. He was the guy that stood out the most to me from when I watched the game. Devin Kajust obviously played well. Jeff Driscoll hit him deep for a 40-yard gain, I believe. Either that or Ponder, one of the two, I don't remember, but I think it was Driscoll. But anyways, he made a nice catch. Wasn't much of a highlight reel. I still think that the 49ers are gonna stick to their guns and stick with Ellington, Quentin Patton, Torrey Smith. I don't know yet about Jerome Simpson. I think he might make the team. We'll see about that, but it's still a close race to me with that wide receiver group. The only one that's a complete lock is probably Torrey Smith, Bruce Ellington, and I don't know. I mean, Quentin Patton. I think those 3 are probably the locks. Other than that, it's all up in the air. So we'll see what happens with that. But Tight ends, Vance McDonald's the man. He looks to be ready. He's playing well. He seems to be involved in the offense a lot, and I think he's going to be the man. Garrett Selleck obviously going to be the 2. Trying to think, offensive line play. I thought the offensive line is dominating. I don't know if you watched Trent Brown, but he dominated Von Miller. Von Miller, the guy that is on, all the Madden commercials. He dominated the Super Bowl. He's been dominating, just getting sacks all over the place. He just dominated Von Miller, and it was a thing of beauty. Now he got he wasn't perfect on the day. Let me just reiterate this. He wasn't perfect because he had some lapses where he didn't block Derek Wolfe well, and Derek Wolfe got in the backfield for some tackles for some loss on the running backs and stuff like that. But still, all in all, it was a good day for the offensive line. The running game was working. The pass protection was excellent, and I liked what I saw. This offensive line is improving, y'all. It is improving big time. It's great to watch. I'm really excited about it. And like I said, I called this before, guys. I said that Anthony Davis would probably switch to right guard, and it looks like he's practicing at right guard. He's still the backup at right tackle, which is great because that means Eric Pierce might be on his way out. Good riddance, see you later. And Anthony Davis is being a team player. He's come in, he's mentoring Trenton Brown, and he's also taking it upon himself to put himself in a position to still succeed and make the team better. And he wants to switch to right guard so he can play next to Trenton Brown. And then, I told you this before, on the left side with Staley, Garnett, Daniel Kilgore, and then you got Anthony Davis and Trenton Brown. I said that scenario like a few weeks ago, I believe, and some people liked it. Some people were just like, no, that'll never happen. It's happening. It's so close to happening. Right now, Zane Beadles is the left guard, but you got to believe Josh Garnett is going to take that over eventually. Zane Beadles is also taking snaps at center. He's not going to play center. He's not going to be our primary center, but at least there's a formidable backup at center behind Kilgore if Beadles decides to play there. And I liked it. I like this offensive line versatility and being able to mix and move, and I like the idea of Eric Pierce being gone. So that's a really positive plus for me. Now, running backs, it was a fumble show this past weekend. I don't know what was going on. Mike Davis fumbled twice. Juwan Harris fumbled again. Carlos Hyde played actually well. He had a nice big run, and he also had the 4-yard touchdown run. But the running backs in general weren't that great, and I didn't like that. But I still think that the top 4 running backs are going to be Carlos Hyde, obviously, Sean Drawn, Mike Davis, and most likely, I'm bringing somebody out of here. But I know Juwan Harris is going to be gone. That's a given. He's gone. He's already fumbled twice as well. I don't see Mike Davis being the one being cut. I think Mike Davis, they'll give him a chance. But I see Juwan Harris being gone. I see Sean Drawn staying. He hasn't even given a chance. He's a little bit banged up, and he didn't play this game, but he'll probably play the next game against Green Bay. But more likely he'll stay because he's a great pass catcher out of the backfield as well. But like I said, it's going to be Mike Davis, Sean Drawn, Carlos Hyde, and Kelvin Taylor. I was thinking about, Kelvin Taylor, probably just because of his upside. I think Kelvin Taylor is going to be kept. So that's the running back spot. I actually think Bruce Miller might be cut. A lot of people, he's a fan favorite. He's a great fullback, but unfortunately we don't use a fullback in Chip Kelly's system. And I don't know if he'll be able to stay in that H-back position or how he's going to play that. I don't know how it's going to work, but I just don't see it happening. So I think Bruce Miller might be the odd man out in this, and he's going to end up getting cut. So I don't see it happening. But let's talk defense. The defense played very well, I thought, for the most part. The first series sucked. But you got to also remember Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner didn't play. They were sidelined they were held out basically due to injury. It wasn't anything significantly bad or anything like that. It just held them out for, you don't want to get somebody hurt in the preseason. So can't wait till they come back. But all in all, the defense did pretty well, I thought, given the circumstance playing in Denver. And on top of that, minus some guys. And they held up their own. And I felt that it was a great, watching the defensive line excel. Garrison Smith especially, he looked really good at the defensive tackle. He's a guy that I think is going to make the team. Purcell didn't look as great as he usually does. Last year he had his coming out party was in the preseason. This year I haven't heard much of him, and it just seems like Garrison Smith is stealing the show there, at least right now on defense. Inside linebacker, the big battle there between Gerald Hodges, Michael Wilhoit, and Ray Armstrong. I think Ray's running away with it at the moment. Ray seems to be the guy that's making more plays. He seems the guy that's being in the mix and everything. That 19-yard touchdown run by C.J. Anderson that Denver had, Gerald Hodges took a bad angle. He got tied up with the offensive lineman on that play when he should have ran to the outside and made C.J. at least come inside to maybe LeVar Bowman or somebody else, but he missed his assignment and didn't go outside. And if you rewatch that play, you can see him making those mistakes. Those can't happen, and we've seen that a couple times now with Gerald Hodges where he's making mistakes like that. Ray hasn't made those mistakes. Ray has been blowing up offensive linemen. He's been making the plays, and I don't know. I just feel like right now it's Ray's to lose. We're going to see what happens in the next game. That's when the starters will play a lot longer, so you're going to see a lot more people next to LeVar Bowman this whole game, and I want to see what happens, but right now I think it's Ray's to lose. Cornerbacks. The cornerbacks I thought played well, the starters. Tremaine Brock I thought played very well given the circumstance of covering Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. Same with Jimmy Ward on the opposite side. Chris Davis had an interception. I thought he played well. We haven't seen anything from Will Redmond yet because he's been banged up. I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know what the situation with him or how that's going to work, but he might end up either on IR or they're going to let him just be on the team and play, and who knows, they're going to cut somebody else. I think Kenneth Acker might be the guy that gets cut. He might be on his way out. Keith Reeser played well, I thought. Prince of War has been playing pretty well from what I've seen, and I think the secondary is actually a strong point for our team. I think they've actually been playing pretty well considering their age and considering their youth and how they're playing. Jimmy Ward and Tremaine Brock are playing really great football, and if you watch them, they're playing really well. They're tackling well, and I don't know. It's hard to say who's going to be out of this bunch, but right now it's a toss up with, well, obviously Jimmy Ward, Tremaine Brock, Chris Davis are on the team. They're making the team. I believe what's his name? Rashard Robinson. He's phenomenal. The rookie, it was great to watch him in coverage. He played very well. He's the fourth guy. Dante Johnson's not going to be let out go, so that's 5 right there. They might keep 6 or 7 cornerbacks. We'll see what happens. But a couple of them, like Marcus Cromartie, can play safety, so I think they might keep them and leave them, to switch over to safety between safety and corner. So I like that. Jaquiski Tartt. Now the safeties, I thought mostly everybody played well except for Antoine Bethea. He gave up a couple passes, one to a tight end, Virgil Green, that on the sideline between on the first series where he was like wide open. He basically missed the tight end going out towards the corner or towards the right of the field and just completely just let up a play. Then on the very next play, I think it was, Virgil Green gets like a tight end kind of screen pass, and Antoine Bethea takes a horrible angle. Virgil Green goes around him and gets another like 10 or 15 yards. It was like ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he hasn't had a good preseason in my opinion, and I'm not liking the way he's playing. Hopefully Jaquiski Tartt can step up a little bit and maybe take his job, because you can't have those. You can't miss tackles like that, and let people just gain yards like that. Eric Reed, first game back, what does he do? Pick 6. Dude is phenomenal. I think he's going to have a great year. I like the fact that Chip Kelly's letting him play a little bit more loose. And if you remember in Vic Fangio's defense, Eric Reed pretty much is always, Eric Reed. I don't know why I said Eric Green, but Eric Reed is always back along with the safeties. They always played back. Everything was back, cover 2 back. It was annoying to watch. I get it. Vic Fangio was very fundamentally, and the players played well in that defense. But I like taking chances. I like getting pick sixes. I like aggressive defense, and that's what I'm seeing right now from Jim O'Brien's squad, and I love it. I love it. Other than that, the outside linebackers I thought played very well. Marcus Rush, wow. I think he's going to take Corey Lemonier's job. I think Corey Lemonier is going to be the outside linebacker that gets cut. Marcus Rush is going to be the one that gets put in. Faneca's probably going to be put on the him and Skull. We're probably going to end up on the practice squad again. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know what their practice squad eligibility is. I know Faneca has it, but I don't know about Skull, but we'll see what that happens with that. But It's looking pretty good. There was a couple injuries here and there, but nothing too major. So right now we just gotta hold our breath, pray that we stay healthy, and then see what happens the next week. Also, on a side note, I made a video a while back about who I wanted for quarterback. The 1 and 2 quarterbacks that I wanted were Paxton Lynch at number 1 or Dak Prescott number 2. Those were my 1 and 2 guys that I wanted. Look who's doing good in the preseason. Paxton Lynch and Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott especially. We had a chance to grab him in I think it was the 4th round. And we passed up on a chance to grab him. I think we actually selected Rashard Robinson, I believe, when we had a chance to grab Dak Prescott. But is what it is. It's just how it's going to be. We'll see what happens in the future. But I said it before. I wanted Paxton Lynch. He looks like an absolute stud on that Denver Broncos team. He's poised. The ball comes out of his hands so smooth. He's got a quick release. He's accurate, and the guy can play. The guy can elude tackles. He's a big quarterback, can elude, can see downfield, and he just makes plays. And you've seen it in the game against us. And it's just torture to watch because you want to see him in a 49er uniform. At least I wanted to see him in a 49er uniform, and unfortunately we got to watch him on Denver. But that just frustrates me to know that I wanted somebody and we had a chance to move up to get him. We moved up and got Garnett instead of him. We could have moved up more and tried to get him, but we didn't do it. And instead, and then Dak Prescott's playing like phenomenal football for the Cowboys right now. I know it's just preseason, not much to get all crazy about, but it just seems like the future is looking brighter for those two teams just because of those two quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens. But on a side note, if you want to watch the 49er game, what I did this past week is there's a 7-day free trial of NFL Game Pass. All you got to do is give your credit card information on NFL.com. Sign up for a free week of Game Pass. You'll be able to watch the game or stream the game live on your PC or whatever, your Mac or whatever you're watching on your device, tablet or something like that. And you'll be able to watch a 49er game this week. And then as soon as you finish watching the game, just the very next day, just cancel it. I was actually fortunate because I actually did it on a Saturday night and watched the game right after. And it doesn't cancel till this Saturday night, but the game is on Friday, so I actually get to see 2 games, and then I'll cancel it. And because I'm obviously I live in New York, so it's hard for me to watch 49er games because they're not local here, and they're not aired on NFL Network until later on NFL Replay, basically. So I'm not able to watch it. So if you get a chance, go to NFL.com and go to watch now for the NFL Game Pass. Sign up. It's free. Basically, it's a 7-day trial. You just give them your credit card information, but you have to cancel it within a week. That's all. So let me know in the comment section what you think about the game. I thought the Niners played great, like I said. Let me know what you think about the upcoming game coming up with Green Bay, what you're looking forward to seeing, who you're looking forward to seeing playing, how you see the starters shaping up. And yeah, that's it. Oh, real quick, shout out to Mike North and Andy Furman on the Daybreak Fox Sports radio show. They actually shouted my show out. I was talking about how I liked Paxton Lynch and Dak Prescott. They watched my video, shouted my show out. So shout out to Andy Furman and Mike North from Fox Sports Daybreak. Thanks for retweeting my video, and thanks for giving me a shout out. I really appreciate it. And keep doing what you guys do, man. It's awesome to watch you guys. So like I said, leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to thank at North to North and at Andy Furman for Fox Sports Radio on their Twitters. Follow them and tell them I sent you. And that's it. All right. So for JT Magnum, Niner News, I'm out. Peace, y'all.